Hello, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to your reading. Let's dive into it right away. We're going to start by looking into your coffee cup, then we're going to jump into your tarot. And this is going to be your reading for next 4 weeks. And I kind of see a crescent moon you start with. Can be timeline-wise, if you divide it up, can be in the third week. This kind of looks like a sickle to me as well. Crescent moon can be representative of clarity coming forth. It can represent an authority figure being next to you, supporting you. Another thing with the sickle is, I feel like this can be, if that's the case with you, maybe you have an attachment to something. It's been prolonged so far, and now you want to come to an end. You want to cut it off. You want to end it, and that authority can actually help you bring an ending to the situation, cut it off basically, okay? By the way, if you're new here, this is Divine Light, and if you haven't already, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. Go ahead, hit subscribe, and let's continue. I see here, this kind of looks like a piranha. I don't know if you ever seen one live. Couple months ago, I went to an aquarium, and you see them. They're so tiny. However, you can look at their faces and see, I mean, maybe they weren't in their own original environment. That's why they were a little depressed. But basically, they're depressed cats. I wouldn't say cats, but depressed fish. Okay, so like they are. Like they eat meat, basically raw meat. They're feeding them with the raw meat, and the problem here is, yeah, every fish actually, when you look at them, they eat it, but they don't have, maybe only the sharks have it, but they're too small to aggression that they're showing. So you might have someone like that. Like they are, you see the teeth right here? I don't know if you can see. This one is a really aggressive person. And it seems like here they're looking towards the past. So maybe there's a past issue coming up within a week or so, within the first week of the month. And you might actually deal with this person's aggression. They might try to take a bite off of you. I feel like here progress is the only way you're going to get out of this situation, meaning looking into the future. Maybe progress doesn't mean anything to you right now. You're stable, you're tired. But this is actually, instead of being led by somebody else's resentments and revenge attitude, you actually look into the future and focus on what you want to happen in your life rather than just being guided by some other person's aggression. Because I feel like here, you're actually going to have a breakthrough when you do that. I see there are like multiple spoons. There's a sword in your hand. There is a knife in your hand. We can say this is a knife or a sword and a fork. This is basically you're preparing, cooking up a meal and preparing to eat it. Can have multiple meanings. It doesn't have to be specifically like a cooking up in the physical sense of a meal. Maybe you have an idea, you're cooking something up, you have a future plan, or even if you don't have it right now, you might already have the tools and the skills to make it happen. And you see there's like an empty space here. Within that empty space, the things are going to start to align, okay, in your mind. That's why instead of maybe just follow or being guided by somebody else's negative emotions, you need to really change your course and look towards what you want to create, what you want to cook in the kitchen, basically kitchen of the mind and your life, kitchen of your life, that what you want to have, okay? This doesn't mean that this person has like a vendetta with you. They're going to come after you. I feel like here the upgrade happening in your life is also showing you what you need to release and let go, okay? And for some of you, I'm starting to feel maybe your reactions are not really your reactions to some cases, okay? And that's why this person is maybe appearing in your energy field, so you can recognize how you react is not who you are. I know this sounds a little cryptic here, but I feel some of you really understand what I'm talking about. And I see here there's an authority figure here. In between, you have a ring. The authority can be an authority you have signed a contract before, or someone that maybe you work together, and you might have disliked this person while you're working together, but now you picked up their habits. Sometimes this happens to us, okay? It's just a really our mind actually maybe creates that kind of like a defense mechanism to justify why we had to endure the pain of this person, okay? And now when I tell you this, you know exactly. I feel like the first thing pops in your mind is the answer. And the ring in between you can be a contract, can be a relationship, can be a marriage, like some sort of a social contract you made with this person. However, there is a gem inside of this thing, and you're breaking free from the burdens and the ties of it. And also there's actually a beautiful tulip growing behind you. Tulip energy is about resilience, guys. If you ever watched a tulip grow, their stem is really strong. Their leaves are strong as well. Even if the wind blows, by the way, the petals can fall. However, the stem stands strong. So tulip is a symbol of resilience and strength and beauty, color, bright color. So it's the time is shifting towards a dimension that your bright colors are going to be appreciated. Okay, your strength is going to be appreciated. Maybe here, the more you were resistant and resilient, it was safe for you, but I feel like you're walking towards a new direction right now, okay? And the second week, you might really feel it. The thing is, first, I told you that someone might come into your life, or it made you realize maybe you are using certain defense mechanism of the past. But then when you keep moving towards the direction that the goalposts you have, your attitude is going to start to change, okay? And the people coming into your life is going to start to change as well. Some of you might be actually even a new pathway opening. The people might be coming into your life to support you. Another thing here is number 8 is a material satisfaction, and the path, it's right in the middle of the path. So you might even get an offer to go travel somewhere, and through that travel, there might be money waiting for you. This can be a job offer that can actually grow your wealth as well, okay? And I see here there is a snake. Kind of looks like a snake. Kind of looks like a what's that? Flamingo's beak I see here. It's not very clear. And if, let's say this is a snake, there's a man standing there. Snake is significant to Gemini because snake is in the Lover's card. Lover's card can represent a soulmate coming forward through healing, though. Snake, because the energy of snake, like we see in the staff of Hermes, I heard a different name of it the other day, but I forgot it. It represents healing. And here, she has a snake behind her climbing up to the tree. Snake here, they say, represents like maybe the temptation that she's falling into, but I feel like it's not in my feeling. This is healing. There's some healing coming forward through the feminine energy, creative thoughts and ideas. And we have the masculine here with the fire. So your thoughts are going to be carrying a lot of value. If you can put that into work, into fire, into action, basically, you can turn it around into action. It is going to bring material satisfaction to you. Another thing here, I told you there's a person right there. You might maybe even along the way meeting a person of interest, maybe someone romantic. It can be romantic, why not? Or it can be like a soulmate. And soulmate doesn't have to be always romantic, but like someone that is going to be with you in this journey, okay? What else we see here? I see the heart shape. Like this person has some interest in you. Even though you don't see them as that, you don't accept them as a soulmate. Maybe we have a queen right there. She has in her mind a crown. A queen doesn't have to be as gender-wise. This means that you're approaching into your goals. The crown is the crown that you want to wear in a very gentle manner. I feel like this can be coming to you as a strategy. It doesn't have to be specifically your attitude. Maybe you're approaching everything with aggression right now. If that's the case, this might be signaling you that you need to just dial it down a little bit, okay? Another thing here is I see kind of like a arrow we can see, and I felt a little bit of dragon's vibe, but it's not really that. It's just this is like an arrow, but the arrow is not really pointing one certain direction. It's just like broken in parts, and there are two people riding it. So the arrow can be showing you that the victory is not gonna be through a straight pathway for you. Okay, this means that there's a shortcut available. Okay, that's the good part of it. There's a shortcut available. I see the face of a horse right there. Horse is wish fulfillment. In your heart space, we see kind of like the head of the snake again, which is also healing and medicine. Medicine doesn't have to be in the sense of like the ones that you're taking as like a pills and stuff. Medical, this can be medicine of heart healing. Okay, and because this is your heart space. Another thing that just kind of looks like a hand reaching out to maybe take something or maybe give you something. It can be something like that as well here. This is showing up within the 4th week. I feel like this is a smiling face, to smiling like a snake. So this can represent someone close to your heart, maybe was born in the year of snake, has like a spirit animal of snake. But I don't think the snake here represents a negative snake. It's just healing. This person might be someone in the medical field as well. They might do with their hands and stuff. They have like this maybe healing skills, okay? Seems like they're going to affect you. They're going to help you. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. In your heart, there's a heart inside of a white heart. We have, I said like 4 times hearts. Okay. Kind of looks like a mockingbird here, a little bit like a dolphin above it. It seems like your desire has some time, but it is a progressing thing. It's not stable. Even if you don't see any movement, it is still moving forward. The dolphin here represents someone who likes to have fun, and the heart shape just falling apart now. It's turning into a horse here, but the heart was dark. The first heart was dark. So inside of it, there's a light heart, a smaller heart. And I feel like here you might have like a true intention of why you do things. However, but you might be wrapping it around the things that are not belong to you. Okay, societal norms maybe you're following, or obligations that you have take on yourself. And that's why I see here black heart turning into a dragon might be causing you to be aggressive. Maybe this is something you can peacefully achieve success and feel confident about it and comfortable, joyfully do. However, some of you might be actually, your main goal was wrapped around by a dark heart, dark intention that is creating a fire and a war within you, okay? The dolphin is a sign outside your comfort zone. You do things in a different way this time in order to get a different result, meaning you introduce some fun, joyful attitude, communication, and sharing your ideas, thoughts with those ones that are around you, value, support you, okay? That's going to, I see a small chunk of money first on the back of a bird coming forward, and I see here someone actually kind of reminds me of the oars. I don't know if it's exactly what it's called, but I see someone, but solo. Somebody has like on a boat, just moving forward. So that can actually bring the progress when you follow whatever it is, or turn what you do into something fun, okay? Even if it's not something like that at this point. We're gonna dive into your tarot now. So if you made it so far, comment down below. Let me know. Put a sun in the comments. The August is like the time of Leo, the sun, the optimism, goals, and taking lead, okay? And I'm having a hard time to shuffle. I have a small cut in my hand. Sorry about that. We have the artist. This is a unique card to this deck. So I feel some of you, maybe all of you, like you're coming up with the creative ideas. I told you that he is sketching something. He's sketching something. It's becoming real in the the basically the what's that called that we paint on. Basically, it just becomes reality, whatever you paint. So whatever write down this time, you have a very strong and potent energy. That's why make sure that you are writing down and talking about and thinking about or visualizing about the things you want to come to life. Okay, don't turn this thing into that farmer sitting under the tree and imagining ghosts are coming to kill him, and then he just goes that way. Imagine the things you want to experience. There's a story like that. I told this many times on this channel. I don't know if you ever heard it. So Queen of Cups coming here to tell you that you need to be very gentle with yourself while you are moving on this journey, especially this month. Really gentle with yourself. You might have had the tendency to self-sacrifice, okay, maybe to give too much of yourself to those that are not going to be appreciative. So you need to first focus your energy onto the things that have an immediate return, okay, rather than thinking or concerned about the things or the people that are not concerned about you. Turn the mirror back to yourself, basically, which is going to bring a massive victory. We love Four of Wands here. For some of you, there's an olive. I think this is olives. We have grapes too, but these are olives. And so olives can represent, olive leaf is peace, a symbol of peace. Basically, the grapes, because they multiply, like a one branch of grapes has many of them. So this describes also abundance flowing into your life with a peaceful way. This can be making peace with someone, celebrations, weddings, upgrades. It can be coming to the finish line, completing a task you have been working on, which is going to, I feel this is also closing a chapter. This is giving you more space in order to excel on other things. 8 of Wands can be 8 different opportunities presenting themselves, and they're just fast, very fast, going down to the ground, which is indicative of grounding, materializing. This can be, let's go with a wide interpretation. Doesn't have to be specifically phone. It can be phone calls, it can be emails, it can be you're manifesting ideas that you can actually need to take action to make them happen. This can be change of mind. Okay, maybe you have 8 blocking beliefs. What is that called? There's a term for that. Whatever it is, maybe you have 8 no's. What does that mean? No, I cannot do that. No, I cannot have that. No, I'm not lucky like that. No, I'm not worthy of that. Whatever it is those no's are, they are actually some things that you can right now challenge and change. And when you change it, those 8 turn into a yes. I can have what I want, and then can turn into an opportunity, materialize. We have Queen of Wands. You need to tap into her energy just tiny bit in order to achieve success there, which her energy is, she's unconventional. She has a black cat. She doesn't care what anybody else thinks about her. She has a sunflower, which represents her positive attitude. Leo lions behind her symbolizes her courage and her ability to be able to take action, get things done, stand in her confidence. And like Queen of Cups is, yes, it's a beautiful, gentle energy, but Queen of Wands doesn't play that. Okay, she's strong, powerful, and she's gentle with herself and those she values, but she doesn't really care about anybody else's feelings, even if they're going to stop her on her tracks and prevent her to do the things she wants to do. So that's actually something I was talking to someone about. Like, when you are living your best life and somebody's having a disruption in their life right there and trying to pull you away from your path, if you are confident with yourself and trust that your life has a flow, you don't even get pulled. You don't even see them. You don't even hear what those people are talking about, okay? I'm talking negative influence. 9 of Pentacles is material satisfaction. Some of you might get a good gift or maybe an opportunity to enjoy material stuff. It can be a vacation. It can be a creation. I know this is for the next 4 weeks. This might be something that is already has been established. Maybe you didn't recognize it was right there for you to go and enjoy. So some of you might go to that grapevine and enjoy those stuff as well. It can be a getaway. It can be the first seed of the long-term stability that you're planting today. Okay. What else we have here? Eight of Pentacles tells me that if you're going to plant the seeds, you better go after them. Do not let them just, perish by themselves, because farming something requires knowledge. And Eight of Pentacles tells me that you might have knowledge about certain aspects of this thing that you're planting the seeds, but you might have to learn more about it, explore more stuff. So do not leave it to God to take care of it, because after you plant the seeds, some seeds require watering. God can bring the rain, but also it will be good for you to also focus on making them watering them, just in case. I mean, I feel like here God also acts with our intentions as well. So even if you wouldn't have the ability, if you have the intention to water it, creator of all that is will provide. Another thing here coming after that is justice. So it seems like when you're loyal to what you're after, love, creative, new business, money, comfort, opportunities, justice will be following you as well. Whatever is you're deserving, your actions are worthy of, you are intrinsically recognizing what you're worthy of, that will be delivered. Justice can symbolize also, let me add that as a note as well, legal situation, coming to terms that you are actually getting what you deserve. The justice will be delivered in the best possible way. If you have been going through like a karmic lesson coming from your ancestors, that can also finalizing. Owl here, I don't remember if you see the owl in the original tarot, but we see it here. Owl can also give you an insight that is not really spoken. Maybe clarity is going to come forth about something that you're thinking. Okay, clarity, a decision, and justice will come forth in that manner. Let's see what we have here. We have Mercury, Gemini. Mercury is your planet, by the way, and Mercury is all about communications, how you think, communicate, write, and talk, and travel. It represents that. I don't know if we had, I think, recently a Mercury retrograde, which is, for me, I have air on my chart, so it is the most painful for me. I don't even know what's happening. I get clumsy and stuff when the Mercury comes. But here, because I think we passed the Mercury retrograde, this is going to support you, okay? The current energy is focused on the part of your personality that is represented by the planet Mercury. This is your main aspect, actually. Sometimes we think we have explained something clearly, but more talking can reveal crossed wires. So have open communications within this next fourth week, especially if you have any electronics, get them checked out. Watch out for flashes of inspiration or coincidences that seem to be pointing into a particular direction. That's important. You should be flexible and willing to learn. Your diligence will thwart any attempts to trick you. Okay. You may be tempted into gossip or rumors, or perhaps you have discovered that someone has passed or gossip or confided a secret about you. Mercury also represents siblings, so you may find your brothers or sisters are involved in the matter in hand. So maybe somebody's gossiping about you. I don't know how it's going to affect you, because gossip, if you are involving in gossip, I want to warn you there, because when we talk about someone, we send them our energy. Like if you're feeling so drained after the gossip, it means that you're sending all of your energy to this person. So try to avoid those kind of gossipy environments. Okay, I know you want to communicate, but it's about communicating information and knowledge. It's going to be important this month. We have here, sorry, unapologetic. This reminds you guys maybe basically know Banksy actually gave or sold a painting to this massive auction house, and he put a shredder inside of, back in the day, I don't remember, it's been a couple of years, shredder inside of the painting, the frame, and as soon as they sold it, the painting got shredded halfway. And the thing is, though, it just made it double the amount, the price. It just the price raised on that artwork. The thing is, it's about you being creatively unapologetic. You don't mind the structures. I don't mean about the promises. I don't know if he gave them a contract to sell it, then it's just against the contract. I don't mean it by that, but if you are expressing something or self-expression through art, you need to be really tap into that unapologetic self within this next 4 weeks. And we have breathe here. That can also relate to that. Maybe you are actually taking too much of others' burdens. This is basically telling you, give yourself a breath. Okay, do not just carry every burden of another on your back. All right, guys. All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add more videos on the screen. Click the subscribe button and give this one a thumbs up. And I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.